Yo, so hope we are a good team. Yeah, three in a row. I knew we could do it. So today, obviously, the previous days we spoke about fat loss. The day before we spoke about stress. Obviously, today we're going to speak about building muscle, why you haven't built muscle so far, and what you're going wrong, and how to kind of go about it to actually get results and to actually kind of change as well and make sure that you do. So the number one reason why I always think there's about 7 or 8 reasons. So I'm just gonna go through the flow, see if I can remember them all. So number one is that you aren't patient. So you think that you will build muscle overnight. You think that you can do this in a month, 2 months, and 3 months. It's going to take a hell of a lot longer than that. So you need to be able to give yourself a realistic time frame. And if you aren't in the gym, like I always say to my clients, you've got to establish a habit first before you optimize it. So making sure that we're going to the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, before you even try and go, right, I need the perfect leg plan. Just make sure you're consistent at that and you're patient at that and you keep gradually improving. And if you do that over a 6 month basis, over a 12 month basis, and you give yourself that amount of time, you will grow and change. So number one is kind of being patient. Number two is being consistent. So a lot of people might do, I don't know, 3 days a week or 4 days a week, really, really good. 1, 2, 3 days a week, they're absolute shit. They're off track, they don't train, they don't do this, they don't that, they do go out drinking, they do all this, and they don't eat the food or stick to the plan. Well, of course you're not going to get a result because you're only doing 60% of the week. If it is important to you and you do want to change your physique and you do want to grow muscle, your body doesn't care that you don't want to do it on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have got to do it. So if you're only hitting 60% of over the week, you're only going to get 60% of the results. So being consistent and hitting it 7 days a week, not 4 days a week, is absolutely massive. And that's another reason that most people kind of fuck up. The next one is intensity. So when you are training, there is no intensity. You're going in, you're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Oh, that machine's free. Oh, I might do chest today. Oh, I might do shoulders today. Oh, I might do legs today. There's no real thought process or planning. Now, every time a client comes into me, I look at the physique and go, right, that body part needs to bring up. That body part we need to change. That isn't good enough. We need to do this. Now, when you do that and you've got a plan and a structure for the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you're going into the gym excited because you know you're going to change. You know why you're doing things. Most of the time, people are just going in and going, yeah, I'm going to do that. That machine's free. There's no real thought process there, and you can't expect to change because there's no laser focus towards your goal. You've always got to have a plan. You've always got to have a structure and work towards that. And this is another thing. Most people don't log the progress. So they'll go, I see it. When I was in the gym this morning, I was watching 2 lads that I seen on Monday, and they had 60 kilos on the bar again, on chest press. Well, that's fine, on bench press, sorry. But on Monday, I also seen them with 60 kilos on that bench press. So they're just doing the same every time. Now, if you're doing the same thing every single time and expecting a different result, how is that going to happen? You have to log your progress. Every time that I go into my gym session, I know exactly what I've lifted. All right, cool, Danny. Last time when you was on incline bench press, you lifted 100 kilos. So now we're going to try and beat it by 5%. You're never going to beat it by 10% every week, and you're not going to beat it by 5% every week. But I want you to go with the intention of beating it. So I'll be like, all right, cool. I'm going to try and add 1 more kilo to this bar today, 2 more kilos to this bar, or I'm going to try and increase by reps. Now, when I'm doing that every single week and I'm getting stronger over 1, 2, 3, 6 months, guess what's going to happen? I am going to change. I am going to grow. Most people go into the gym, they just put what they're comfortable with. And trust me, you will never grow, you will never change in your comfort zone. And that's it with anything in life. So what you need to do is go, right, I lifted 60 kilos this week, now I'm going to lift 62. And that is what you've got to do. You've got to push yourself and do more. You might not want to, but that's what you've got to do. If you're doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results, which is fuck all. So the next thing as well, which is so kind of important, is like I said, you're making sure that you're training hard, and let's say you're following all that, but you're still not changing and you're still not growing. What is another reason? And that would be you're not eating enough. So I get it all the time. I must get 10 to 15 messages every single day of guys saying, Danny, I've tried everything. I've tried everything. I cannot grow muscle. I cannot change. And I'm like, no, you can and you will. You've just not tried the right thing. So what a lot of people do is they go, yeah, I'm just going to eat so much junk. I'm going to eat so much shit. But then they're not tracking it again. So what I tell my clients is, yeah, you might be having quite a few calories, but it's useless calories. There's no good nutrition in that. So what you need to do is go, right, I'm going to log my calories, what I'm having over a week basis now. Okay, so I'm eating 2,500 calories. I'm going to log my training. Am I getting stronger? Am I performing better? I'm going to take my photos. I'm going to take my measurements. Right, week 1, week 2. Okay, yep, I've got leaner. Right, well, I want to get bigger. Okay, now I'm going to up my calories a little bit. I usually bump them up 200 to 300 for a male client. For a female, I'd probably do about 100 to 150. Now, once I've done that and I look at the physique again, has it changed? Have they got stronger? Have they improved? Is the performance good? Is the sleep good? Is the stress good? Are they recovering well? If they're doing all that, cool. Right, let's bump them up again. And it'll come to a point when I keep pushing them up for clients. I'll watch the physique. Is it changing? Is it growing? And if it is, then I'll keep pushing them up. If a client starts to get fat or hold a lot more water, I'll pull the calories back. I had one client this week, Aaron. He's done amazing. His physique's changing so quick over the last 6 months. And this week he just put on a little bit too much. We put on about 1.5 kilos. And I said, look, mate, that's a little bit too much. I don't want that much weight on. We're getting a little bit soft. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold it there. Could have pulled back, but we're just going to hold it there. The weight will stabilise this week. Then, over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll start to push his calories up and up and up and up again. So it's always about having a plan, having a structure to work towards. If you haven't got any of that and you're not tracking or logging anything, you can't expect to make a result. And a lot of people think that they've tried everything, but once again, they're not tracking the calories over 7 days. They might eat a shitload of junk on Friday to Sunday and think, yeah, I've been eating a lot, but then Monday to Thursday, they're not eating enough. Or they'll train Monday to Wednesday, but Thursday to Sunday, they're not having it off. So there's no consistency across the board. 7 days a week, you've got to, even if you're not going to the gym, the nutrition's got to be there. Or if you know that you're going out at the weekends, you want to make sure that you're prioritizing your nutrition to have slightly more calories to still fit in with a social life. But I think a lot of people go wrong because they don't log the progress. They don't track the progress. They're not consistent enough. They're not patient. There's no plan. There's no intensity. They think they've done everything, but they're not doing the right thing. They need to make sure that they're eating enough. That's number one. People aren't eating enough to grow muscle, and they've got to stick at it. And it's time consuming. It takes time. It's a different whole mindset compared to fat loss. But you need to be in it for all the way. You need to be in it 100% to be able to do that. And more importantly, rather than just going in and doing a little bit of chest because your best mate is, actually look at your physique and go, right, okay, right, my weak area is my upper part of my chest. Well, how am I going to grow that? Well, I'm going to hit that with frequency. I'm going to hit that 2 or 3 times. I'm going to look at the different angles that I need to work on. Why is that not changing? Why is that not growing? What do I need to change about my training? What do I need to do to kind of work that? And having a plan and a structure. If you're not doing any of that, all you are literally doing is just hoping that you're going to change. And that's what I see in pretty much all gyms. I watch how people train and they're just doing a little bit of this. They're going through the motions, no intensity, no plan. And that's why you're not changing and that's why you're not growing. So there's quite a few tips here for people that are struggling and aren't growing. You might think, oh yeah, well, I'm doing a lot of them. I guarantee you across the board, you won't be doing all those 6 to 8 things that I've spoken about for over a 3-month basis consistently. If you did that and you did that every single day and tracked and logged everything and you was patient and consistent, you would change. So hope that video helps, guys. Tomorrow and Sunday, I'm going to be talking about habits and limiting beliefs. So send me questions on that. And yeah, have a good day. And hopefully this video helps. And if you are struggling, just reach out and we can help you. All right, guys.